so beautiful.
Jordan, what are you masturbating to tonight?
Just because I like you, I'll give you a blue resonance gem.
Furries.
Caught it on your way up, but there's a big blue door at the foot of Archer's Pass that this'll open. Just inside the door.
Should I be concerned?
No, Tux. This is Dust and Elysian Tale. It's one of my favorite indie games of all time.
What is so special about it?
Well, just take a look. Look at this riveting, action-packed gameplay mixed in with a colorful, beautiful art style.
It looks like it came straight out of Furfest basement that got too excited with that cat bat's chunly thighs.
Tux, please. I'm not in the mood for your tasteless jokes.
What? It just looks like another stupid 2D indie game. Big whoop. Also, it's 3 in the morning and you forgot to fill my food dish.
Just another stupid indie game?
Oh Jesus, here we go.
I'll have you know that this game marks inspiration to many gaming creators and is living proof on how far love and devotion can take you, no matter the team or money. This game was made with real blood, sweat, and tears, and I will not stand by as you tarnish its name.
You're making a game take, aren't you?
You bet your sweet Bippy I am.
Can you at least feed me?
No. I often look at videos and tweets commenting on the purity of art form when it comes to a variety of media. And we all can agree on this, don't lie to me, shut up, that passion and vision is essential to create a masterpiece, or at least something enjoyable. And one example I'm gonna throw at y'all is the #1 cause of violence. That's right, guys, you heard it here first, that video games are the #1 cause of violence and mass shootings. Whether it'll be exploring the great outdoors as the sweet sunshine kisses your cheeks, I mean, we can't have that now, can we? Or maybe it's fighting darkness with the power of friendship as you're cooking with a rat. Ugh, kids are playing this? I am so mad! Or maybe it's Sudoku. Just Sudoku. Oh, my boomer heart can't take it! Republicans are a joke. A good friend once told me that if you're passionate about whatever you do, other people will start to notice and will be drawn to your positivity and creativity. And here we are in 2019, moving on to 2020. Nearly 30 years of gaming, y'all. And nowadays, it feels like all the developers care about is licking the sweet, disappointed face of Benjamin Franklin rather than create a project full of heart and spice. We've seen some progress with the big dudes like Nintendo, who prioritize making a fun and enjoyable game while the developer staff is healthy and well. Even if it means delaying a game, they're focusing on the well-being of their employees. Call of Duty Modern Warfare completely dumps the season pass for the purpose of cross-play multiplayer. Although this is a very nice change, the series does have a reputation of sucking its customers dry, so we'll just have to wait and see. I mean, Activision did get a hold of Crash Bandicoot, so I'm just saying, y'all, keep fighting the good fight. EA is starting to get it, but they'll find some way to screw us over again, cause I know they'll get their customers anyway. Star Wars, guys, come on, who doesn't love Star Wars? I don't like Star Wars.
Not scientifically possible!
My main point being is that any ounce of effort and passion can make an enjoyable experience. And it doesn't just apply to video games. It could be in cooking food, writing music, hosting a party, animating expressions. Blink twice if you need help. Most if not every time we see this sense of love and passion is by us smaller folk, having full creative freedom and not heavily pushed by corporate demand, also known as indie games. Relatively smaller companies that often turn to crowdfunding, but does unite others with similar goals and visions in mind, recreating the brutal classic difficulty but with robust character and charm like in Shovel Knight, themes of capitalism and draining the world of all resources while enslaving others away from their true potential like in Oddworld, randomly generated dungeon crawling with fun item mixing and intense boss fights, also with a dark and disturbing yet intriguing and scattered story like in Binding of Isaac. You basically get the idea. Style and substance? These bad boys got you covered. Though fantastic for sure, none of them compare to the sheer passion, heart, and joy of what I'm about to share with y'all today. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Dust, an Elysian Tale. Elysian? Elysian? Pretty sure it's an A sound. Elysian? Elysian, forget it. Yeah, it's a beautiful game with cool combat and a charming story at first glance, but let's zoom in, y'all. What makes this one special? Every character you can interact with does have voice acting, and each one of them has around 30 to 40 lines, I believe. But either way, the voice cast is superb and they've done a wonderful job. And the luscious soundtrack is made possible by the lovely Hyperduck Soundworks. And y'all know when I get going on video game OSTs, crank it.
So good! So good!
Now, Hyperduck Soundworks and the voice cast is made up by a lot of people, but when it comes to the art, the animation, the backgrounds, the combat, the characters, the furry bait, the puzzle solving, the story, all done by Dodrill. One guy. One dude, a self-taught artist and 2D animator who was originally gonna make an 8-bit game, but he felt more imaginative following the footsteps of some of his favorite games like Castlevania, Golden Axe, and YS. Now, he's no stranger when it comes to game development. He worked on Jazz the Jackrabbit 2, but making his own game? Oh man, that had to be an entirely new league of explosive headaches and crippling depression. For a while, Dust was aimed to be released on the indie games portion on the Xbox 360. However, in 2009, the game got a seat in the Xbox Live Arcade upon winning the Dream Build Play Challenge Microsoft held in the same year. Dodrill thought this game would take 3 months to complete. It took 12 times the amount, that being 3 years. Actually, 3.5, it got delayed. This dude worked 90% of the game by himself, with only $40,000 coming straight out of his own pockets. Well, Xbox helped a little too. I think winning that challenge made a difference. Now, before Dust, he was in the process of animating what I believe was a movie called Elysian Tale. This was either a draft, a prequel, or a different universe. I'm not sure. Someone in the comments, please let me know. But seriously, look at this combat. One guy. Look at all this art and beautiful backgrounds. One dude. Look at all the beautiful furries! One guy!
Look at it! Look at it! Look at it!
Okay, with pretty much all the history knocked out, let's actually check out them fur people. Let's see just how this game turned out. Let's take a deep dive into Dust, an Elysian Tale. So firstly, we get an introduction to where this game sets in and how Elysian became a war zone. Then we get introduced to a warrior who has slain numerous people and soldiers, probably the most formidable warrior anyone has ever seen. But his bloodthirst finally came to an end, not by the army, but to a single kid.
And let me see what you have! No!
And now with that little tale over, we cut to our main protagonist, the same warrior, I guess? A mysterious talking sword named Aura has found you and names you Dust. But really though, Dust? More like a side of dust served with a bright blue funky. Also, one of my friends mentioned that the bottom part of Dust's undershirt looks like a scrotum. And if you're watching this, I hate you. I can't unsee this now. Then we meet up with a flying cat bat furbait named Fidget, who is supposedly the guardian of Aura. She was just in charge of keeping an eye on the sword until one day, boop, it just began flying off on its own. Either way, this chick needs to chill out, but at the same time, if my cat decided to do the same thing, I'd be freaking out too. Nah, I don't care.
I'm going to tell everyone about your secret stash of Sub-Zero porn.
Okay, please come back. Now, our primary objective that we're given is to travel further down the path and somehow reclaim the mystery behind Dust. Who is he? How did he get here? Where did he come from? Why does he sound so sexy? The answers to all of these questions lie on the journey ahead. I mean, there's no use in standing around here, yo. Quite literally, because not only do we got this existential crisis to solve, what about these monsters, the murders, the fear among many villagers? They're all tied to the big baddie villain known as General Gaius. And why he's being a big bad mean bully is up to you to find out.
Commander, it is not your place to question what I believe. I'm moment of glory draws near, and I want results.
Shut your bubblegum dumb looking ass the f.
But all you gotta do is just keep slashing on things, talk to the townfolk, and stock up on fully cooked convenient chicken with a slight taste of rock and gunpowder. Okay, how does this universe work?
Manners, Fidget. It's what separates us from the animals.
Okay. I'm just trying to stay clear from spoilers, guys, even if the game is around 7 years old. Now let's jump to the next point, the gameplay. In case if I haven't mentioned this already, Dust was influenced by Castlevania, Metroid, Golden Axe, and YS. And Dust and Elysian Tale blends them all into a feel-good smoothie under 30 calories. Also dollars. The game is $15, go get it. Dust is an action-packed hack and slash with RPG elements set in a 2D Metroidvania. Colorful, vibrant, and plenty to explore. The visuals look so gorgeous, and the atmosphere looks so smooth and unique. Hecky, even I tried to attempt this art style. I'm still proud of this to this very day. And then I made another one with Sonic on it for no reason. You do have the right to ask why. But I'm not answering. There are numerous places to go, and each one will open up as the story progresses, or by the side quests you'll be unlocking. Places like Archer's Pass, full of broken giant people and a lot of boom. Blackboard Mountains, a bright, colorful way up with beautiful caves and ice with a tendency to stab. And then there's Sorrowing Meadow, which makes death look good. Who knew? Every bright color is replaced with flies and dead furry people. The ground looks too sticky and painful to touch. And I'm pretty sure this place reeks of unwashed hands and the unknown. This is my favorite level, by the way. Each level possesses the same amount of beauty, vibrancy, hand-drawn goodness, and thunderstorms every 5 seconds. Really, I'm not kidding.
It's great to see you back, son. I knew you could do it. The monsters have already calmed their advance.
You think we should go inside? So you'll be traveling through the game in a Metroidvania style. Each area you'll be checking out is separated into rooms for you to explore. Each room varying in secrets, size, and monsters just waiting to give you a good smooch. I tried putting a good word in for you guys. But yes, each room varies in size and platforming, and each room is highlighted in your map as you travel to them. So it's really up to you to expose every nook and cranny of the place as much as you can. You'll mostly be finding treasure chests as you explore that are filled with all kinds of money and goodies.
Well, what are you waiting for? Smash it open.
She gets the right idea. I like this gal. You can use the keys you'll be finding all over the place, or you can just buy them from the shop if you hate challenge that much. You can also find cages that require 4 keys to unlock. Now these guys are harder to find, but they do give you a little health boost as you free them. Oh hey, it's Meat Boy. These guys are called friends. Have y'all heard of them? Me neither. You'll also be finding random notes lying around that either gives the game that extra spicy lore, or they can be hints for secrets. And how to find these secrets are pretty self-explanatory, so I don't really need to say much. However, if it's not indie game nostalgia you'll be finding, it's gonna be these challenge arenas here. Now these are semi-tough to accomplish, but if you do manage to beat them, they do reward you with some neat gear or rare materials, which are pretty darn neat. But if you're going for a tough difficulty or higher like I am, you'll need these. You can find most materials by defeating enemies, finding them in the chest, or buying them from the store, run by what looks to be that ghost from A Hat in Time. But when you do find materials, first and foremost, make sure you sell at least one of each item. What you're doing is cataloging the materials you sell, so all you have to do if you need them in a hurry is just wait for the shops to restock and buy more. It saves time and it's very handy for certain side quests, like, I don't know, this jagoff.
Please, let me know if you come across those materials.
Shut your bubblegum.
Now, the armor and augments are the items you'll be mostly finding in the store and are a major make or break stat-wise. You'll also be finding blueprints for all kinds of gear. These little guys can be constructed by the chick on the top of Archer's Pass who makes my pee-pee confused. However, most of the time, you'll come across a segment that you can't get across to get to what could be a secret or the next room. And well, that's where your abilities come in, folks. What? This game isn't gonna get you everything for free now. You gotta put some effort in. And some of these abilities include climbing, sliding, and the double jump.
Red Bull gives you wings.
These abilities unlock as you progress the story, so don't expect to 100% the game right away, because you can't. And there's also these gates blocking your way, which require specific resonance gems that you'll also be unlocking throughout the story and certain side quests. So relax, don't worry about it, you can always come back later. But enough talking about the calming exploration, and let's talk about something more edgy, like slicing every bit of oxygen in all 4 layers of the atmosphere. You have around 4 combos to work around with. There's the standard 4 square button combo, a combo that launches enemies into the air, one to grab them from the air, and one to just smack down right on the ground. But the game's main gimmick is the dust storm, and it's what you'll mostly be using throughout the game. Now your dust storm is like a little pea shooter. It won't do much damage on its own unless you combine Fidget's projectiles with it. That's when you get those sweet numbers popping up. Because you see, Fidget ain't much by herself, and you know you gotta have some excuse to have her here.
Please contain yourselves as I demonstrate.
Shut your butt.
But I'll tell you what though, once you get the aerial dust storm, that's when you become chaos incarnated. I wanna hit that high. Now the enemies and how they work are pretty divergent from each other for the most part, but since this is a hack and slash title, all you're really gonna be doing is just slicing and dicing and killing until they're dead.
Already dead.
There's only a few real different enemies that I can think of, like these big troll creeps here, where you have to parry them. Not even the sweet taste of hell on earth will work. You gotta earn that privilege, dudes. Also, parrying really isn't that hard, so just go in and do it if you wanna live. And there's also this voodoo witch doctor guy wizard thingy that teleports away from you. So the only real way to hit him is with the dust storm with Fidget's projectiles. Now, I'm not saying that all you're gonna be doing is hacking and slashing is bad, not at all. I mean, you could do this. What more could you want? And you'll also be earning XP from these guys, so stop complaining, you little baby. Speaking of which, I heard about celebrating leveling up, but you don't have to completely combust yourself.
He guesses, wonderful. Well, perhaps you can guess that I really don't want to talk such drivel right now. Go, scurry off and leave me be.
But when you do take that massive dump, you earn a skill gem that you can place in any stat you want. Now, I personally prefer Fidget stat more than anything else since, again, you're going to be using what is the game's main gimmick a lot. Now, I hope you don't mind. I seldomly went over the story, but let's jump back into that subject for just a teensy-weensy bit. Now, I touched upon you trying to save this land from a literal Nazi while recovering tidbits of your past here and there. Honestly, pretty neat and basic stuff. The only big downside is that this game has a problem with foreshadowing a little too much. You can pretty much piece everything together as early as the 4th area if you really pay attention, so when the big reveal finally shows itself, it's not much of a shocker, but more of a confirmation of your theory. The game does have its twists, but doesn't show it off all too well. However, that's my only gripe. The dialogue between the characters is a lot of fun. Each character is fully voiced and animated, so it's almost like you're playing an actual anime. Some of the voices are a bit questionable, and Fidget's voice is a make or break for most people. You love it or you hate it, but I really like to listen to the dialogue. No matter who is talking or where I am, I hardly ever skip these. Some even gave me a good chuckle, like the Fidget Dog quest, which is, by the way, my favorite side quest in the game. Also, Elysian Dodge as Dust is flawless. He captures the seriousness and edgy side of Dust while being the comical goof at the same time who can lay down some good jokes. I love his character dynamic.
I wouldn't want Gianni blaming that poor kid for what's happened. Come on, we'll kill some monsters on the way. It'll be great. How you doing, Maddie? Great, that's just fantastic.
She does see that I can fly, right?
I'll be sure to tell her, Fidget. I'm sure that'll clear things right up. What's to feel uneasy about, Fidget? You're adorable. I think I might have him make another Fidget doll that I'll just hang on to. Forever!
So again, the story is good, it's fine, but I really wish it didn't show off a whole lot, and I wish it was handled just a little bit better, but it's fine the way it is. What really makes up for it are the side quest stories and the dialogue. It's a lot of fun and a delight to play through. So, in conclusion, Dust and Elysian Tale being unheard of by a lot of gamers, it's almost a crime. The game had a budget around $40,000 and it was made by one guy. So if you ask me, Dodrill definitely deserves more credit and respect. If y'all haven't played this game yet, it's only 15 bucks and it's available on Steam, on mobile, Xbox Live Arcade, PlayStation 4, and the Nintendo Switch. This game alone is a huge jump for Dodrill's company Humble Hearts, and they even made another game called Don't Stop Sneakin'. Now I haven't played this game yet, but I know it's on the Nintendo Switch, so who knows, I may give it a look sometime. But around 2012 or 2013, Dodrill confirmed that he will revisit the universe of Dust someday, but he wanted to create another project first before he got into it, which was this, Don't Stop Sneakin'. We're approaching 2020, y'all, and Dust has been ported to high heaven, so more Dust news may be right around the corner. Now, I don't know for sure that there will be a Dust sequel, but I will say this though, I bought Dust and Elysian Tale 3 times, and I beat the story 5 times. So you betcha sweet bippy that I'll be doing the exact same thing for a sequel. But back to Dust. This game is more than fun. It's surprising, it's beautiful, it's inspiring. There was an article on Polygon that tells you a lot more about Dodrill and his experience with developing Dust. So if you're interested in checking this out, I will leave a link down below, but I highly recommend you checking this out. Now I hope y'all don't mind, but I'm gonna get a little bit more emotional and serious here. I'll leave you with this. If you're passionate about something, work hard for it. You don't even need highly expensive tools to really do the job. Use the tools at your disposal already and be humble. You may not be the best at first, and that's okay. No one is. Just keep at it and work hard for your vision. And again, it's not just video games, it's pretty much anything you're passionate about. Anything, whatever it is. It's gonna take effort, extra legwork, and plenty of risks. But as long as you never lose sight on something you love creating, you will reach your goal, no matter how long it'll take. You will get there, and I think Dodrill proves this. Mr. Dodrill, if you happen to watch this video at all, I humbly await the future of Humble Hearts, and possibly the future of Dust. Thank you for being an inspiration to many gaming creators, and especially me. This is one of my favorite indie games of all time, not just because of the story or the gameplay, but also behind the scenes. Dust and Elysian Tale was made with pure love and devotion, and I am hoping that future projects will have that exact same feeling. So that was my good old-fashioned hot take, my game take. What did you guys think of this video? Hecky, what did you think of Dust and Elysian Tale? Be sure to let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below, and be sure to like, and most importantly, subscribe, because guys, I'm not going anywhere. You'll be seeing me again, and I only get funkier every time. And make sure you ring that bell so you never miss an upload full of funky fresh beats and memes. Be sure to check out my Twitter at JorGoGo for any more updates of what's going on, and check out my Patreon if you like what you're watching, and if you want to support the channel, and be sure to check out my TeePublic store if you want some funky fresh merch. Links below. Speaking of TeePublic, I made 2 new designs in case if y'all haven't heard. One is with the standard me and Tux with the JorGoGo logo, and the other one is the ongoing gag so good. But yeah, be sure to check out my TeePublic store and make sure you buy yourself a shirt whenever it goes on sale. I'm pretty sure the shirts go on sale like all the time. So, until we meet again, guys, be cool, be wild, and be groovy. And remember...
Fidget, please, I can't do this without you.
Can you repeat that?
I said I can't do this without you.
She got so emotional she broke the game.